Welcome back to CruiseAway with Derek and Joe. We're here every day at 10 a.m. in the morning and 2 afternoon delight shows at 1 and 4 right here on Gecko. Great to have you with us. Get ready to see the world in style.
Absolutely. This show is taking us to amazing Asia with a 6-star luxury cruise later for next year, taking us to Bangkok, Thailand, Malaysia and India with incredible stays too. We'll also be taking a double cruise with Royal Caribbean to Thailand and Bali for February of next year. Low deposits to secure one heck of a deal on that one as well.
First though, we're heading to Japan on a trip that so many people want to take. From the bowing deer of Nara Park to the wonder of snow monkeys and Mount Fuji, this holiday has it all. It's for March of next year and we recommend booking this now and using the chance of low deposits to secure it. Now it's 21 nights all told and we'll start by flying over from Sydney to Osaka in Japan, where you'll arrive at the airport, and the next 6 nights are a fully guided and escorted tour of some of the most incredible sights on earth. Here's Andy with all the details.
Welcome to Osaka, a charming, relaxed city best known for its food, fun and nightlife. Upon arrival, you'll be transferred to the tour hotel for the rest of the day at leisure. The following morning, you'll head to Nara Park to spot more than 1,000 deer, which are considered messengers of the gods and have been designated natural treasure status. You'll then visit Todaiji Temple, one of Japan's most famous and historically significant temples, dating back to 752. It's then on to nearby Kyoto, where you'll get the chance to explore the ancient city at your own pace. Or if you prefer, you can take an optional half-day sightseeing tour. The choice is yours. On day 3, you'll visit the countryside of Japan to see how the locals live. First, you'll visit Takaima Old Town and explore homes, shops and restaurants, which are like taking a step back in time into the Edo period. Afterwards, you'll visit Shirakawa, which was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995. It's famous for its traditional farmhouses. You'll then finish the day in the Nagano region, where you'll enjoy an evening of leisure. On day 4, the adventure continues as you visit the incredible Snow Monkey Park. Here your guide will take you along the forest trail which leads into the Jogokudani, which translates rather dramatically to Hell's Valley. This is home to the only troop of monkeys in the entire world who bathe in hot springs, and with no barriers separating you from the wild monkeys, this is a truly unique and memorable experience. Day 5 will be a real highlight on this guided tour as you head to Mount Fuji, stopping first at the infamous 5th station located some 2,300 metres above sea level. Here you'll enjoy spectacular views of Mount Fuji's 5 lakes. You'll then continue your journey to Lake Kawaguchi to admire the scenery while enjoying a cruise across the lake. Take in the surrounding mountains and of course Mount Fuji. That afternoon, you'll travel to Tokyo, where you'll get to enjoy the rest of the day to do your own thing. On day 6, your final day of touring, you'll take a morning sightseeing tour taking in some of the must-see attractions, including the Meiji Shrine, where you'll walk around the serene gardens before visiting the Imperial Palace, a world away from the hustle and bustle of the city, a calm and green oasis that is primary residence of the Emperor of Japan. You'll then get the afternoon at leisure so you can explore Tokyo to your heart's content.
Wow, talk about a bucket list. That's incredible. Then you're going to be transferred to the port of Yokohama to embark Holland America Line's Nordam for a 14-night fabulous cruise. Lovely. I couldn't think of a better cruise line to be cruising around Japan on than Holland America Line, honestly. It's just the perfectly relaxing vessel to be on when you're doing this itinerary, and with such a firm focus on enrichment on board Holland America Line ships, you'll find that the explorations team are so well versed on helping you plan your time and money in port. That's the important thing, is maximizing your time in port, because we're in port for, usually it's for just the day. Some ships have overnights, just depends on your itinerary. But you can actually do quite a lot. Sometimes you can do 2 excursions when you're there. It might be that you want to head up to Mount Fuji, but at the same time you want to go to a local market. Well, again, speak to the experts who'll be able to curate a specific experience for you. And by the way, talking of that, you can have private tours organised and things like that too. When you get a private car picking you up.
And you've got plenty of time to kind of plan for that as well. Holland American can help you out with that. We've got suggestions as well. Remember, the holiday itself doesn't start until March of next year, which is lovely. And I think actually it is nice to almost have that year of anticipation before a holiday like this, because you can tell anyone that will listen what you're about to do before you even do it. So this holiday has kind of three elements to it: the anticipation, the actual, and then the legacy that it leaves behind and all the stories you've got to tell afterwards.
That's so true. I just saw a sneaky peek of those lovely, luxurious robes that you get when you're on board in your stateroom. They're so comfortable. You can just live in those, watch everything on television and order some room service if you just fancy a low-key, lazy evening. You don't have to be out ritzing and glitzing it up every night and enjoying the dining on board, although you know it's so good, you also don't want to miss out. Pinnacle Grill is just sensational, I have to say, for steaks and everything in between. It's beautiful. So is Canaletto. The dive in will give you these lovely sort of bougie burgers with the brioche buns and lovely triple cooked fries. They're known for it, by the way, Holland America Line. You've got to try them. And music is all around the vessel, from B.B. King's Blues to the Rocking Stones to the show band. We're cruising out of Yokohama and then we're heading straight into Koshi. This is our first port of call. In Koshi, it's a land of nature, green and blue they call it. You've got the amazing Koshi Castle and the Prefecture Botanical Garden there to visit, and the stunning Shinto shrines are what Japan is known for. Then it's Kagoshima, and this is the chief stronghold of the Shimazu clan. You've got the beautiful, lush volcanic landscape, 3,000 foot over Kagoshima Bay. You can head up to the summit there as well. Some tours here include Kyushu Island. Then we're in Nagasaki, and in Nagasaki you can visit, they call it San Fran, Japan actually, the verdant hills and the deep water bay, and they have the lovely Peace Memorial Park alongside the Shimabara Castle and Village. Then we're into Busan, which is South Korea actually, gateway to a fascinating land, an amalgam of old and new really. Tour to do here would be the Busan past and present, so you can see a little bit of old and new. Then a day at sea sees us into Kanazawa, which is the capital of the Ishikawa Prefecture on the central Honshu Island. It's known for its well-preserved eco-districts and lovely art museums there, I've been told, alongside regional handicrafts. Niigata is on your list next, which has an amazing history museum, including heritage buildings as well from the 19th century, such as the Customs House. But just look at these scenes. This is like absolute picture-perfect Japan. Then we're into Otaru. Now, let's not forget we're there during cherry blossom season as well. So you might see some beautiful sakuras when you're walking around these districts. Make sure you have your camera out at all times to capture the magic of this time of year. Omori, now this is the main place when we think of the cherry blossoms because it derives a lot of its natural beauty from the apple orchards and the cherry blossoms that encompass the landscape. The snow-covered Hakoda Mountains as well are pretty amazing. Hakodate is next on the list, and this one is known as the northernmost island. You have the amazing Mount Hakodate. Again, you can visit the summit there and see the aerial ropeway, which might be a fun thing to do for thrill seekers. Back into Yokohama, and we will transfer you to the airport where you'll fly back to Sydney after this magical trip during cherry blossom season in Japan.
Gosh,
amazing.
Do you know what? That had only just occurred to me actually, that it is the perfect sweet spot time of the year to enjoy the most incredible cherry blossom season. I was do you know what? My head was still so up in the mountains with the snow monkeys at the beginning, I'd forgotten.
And the deer.
And this is why so many people want to be in Japan, not just for the cherry blossom, but for just the amazing authenticity and the variety of the different experiences you can have in Japan as well. I mean, going up to see the snow monkeys, the Nara Park with the bowing deer, which has to be done, all of the shrines and various other sights and sounds, and the countryside of Japan as well, again, is so massively contrasting. It's why it really is one of the world's hot spots in terms of cruising to. I love the fact that because teaming up here, the escorted tour, which you are seeing so much on as well, and the cruise around Japan, they are just match made in heaven. And it means that you're getting to see a lot more of Japan than you would if you just said, right, we're gonna base ourselves in a couple of places on a holiday in Japan. You would see very much just those two places. It would be very difficult to navigate your way around anything else. Now, the deposit on this one is just $1,000 each today, because this is for March of next year. The whole holiday, and again, do you know, that was the other thing that confused me, because this price tag kind of not in step with the time of year that you are in Japan. Normally you see a massive uplift in price tags when it is Sakura time, when it is cherry blossom time. The prices go crazy because the world literally flocks to Japan to see this wonderful spectacle. So I would have expected a much, much higher price tag, to be honest with you. So I would take advantage of that straight away while you can. Get your $1,000 deposit each in today, and that locks in that price tag for you. Now, if you'd like to upgrade on the cruise, here's the price tag to go ocean view, balcony, and in suite there. I mean, the fact that this has escorted tour as part of the offering here as well, with Nara Park, you've got the Takayama Old Town there, the UNESCO Heritage Site, you've got the Monkey Park there to see the snow monkeys as well. You're heading up to Mount Fuji's 5th station. I mean, amazing. If that were $5,000, I'd be happy for you. But you also get the cruise around Japan for that as well, which is amazing. Call us now, toll free 1300 408 765. Right, okay, we have to move on straight away. Next, we're cruising with Royal Caribbean, and we're cruising Singapore, Penang, Phuket and Indonesia on a double cruise here. 17th of February, 3 days after Valentine next year, 16 nights all told, and we fly Sydney to Singapore first for a 2-night stay in a hotel there, which is wonderful. Singapore, of course, oh my word, I mean, so many stories to be told and to be written in Singapore as well. You've got very much a mix of old and new, of course. It's all about fabulous cuisine as well. And just so many spectacles to enjoy in the city itself. And you've got plenty of time to do that before cruise time. And we're with Royal Caribbean on the Anthem of the Seas. It is just a delight of a ship for the whole family.
She is amazing, the Anthem. And of course, quantum class, meaning that you have got all the bells and whistles, all the features and excitement you'd expect from the most vibrant and dynamic ships in the Royal Caribbean fleet. So there's a whole entertainment district that you can enjoy, including things like roller skating, you have the arcade. Then up on deck, you've got the North Star, which actually traverses as high as Sydney Harbour Bridge. You also have the Flow Rider. You can learn to surf, iFly, learn to skydive, learn to rock climb more as well. I mean, all of these things whilst you're on a ship enjoying a great holiday.
And listen, don't think it's all about physical activity and doing stuff, because you just saw the solarium there. So if you want to be horizontal in the solarium, beautifully warm, wonderful place to go and escape, sit in a pool, read your book, absolutely fine. So there are plenty of bolt holes to escape to as well. You'll absolutely love your time on board. And the restaurants, we haven't even got time to go there right now, but so honestly, good. Many and plenty and something for everyone. So we're sailing out of Singapore and we are 13 nights on board. Fantastic.
Brilliant. That's a great amount of time. Penang's our first port in Malaysia. Georgetown in Penang is perhaps the best preserved city in Southeast Asia. It's listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's, you know, no shortage of cultural sites there for you to enjoy, and natural scenery as well. Take a stroll around. An overnight in Phuket, Thailand, on the beautiful archipelagos of Thailand. You know, this is a pretty amazing part of the world. It's hailed as the Pearl of the Andaman Sea, this island, and a colourful history to be enjoyed. Then we're back into Singapore, where we'll start our second cruise. Yes, of course, Singapore is the commercial centre of Southeast Asia, and the island state boasts amazing architecture and beautiful natural surroundings, including the Orchid Garden, UNESCO. Then we're into Bali, northern Bali and Sela Kang, and this is where it's your stopping point for lots of amazing temples. Take a tour out and enjoy the paddy fields, the rice fields as well with the locals, or maybe head and buy some jewellery in Ubud, the silversmithing district. Benwa, another port in Bali here for you in the south of Bali, where you can visit Monkey Forest right there. Head over to the Puratanalot Oceanfront Temple. That's incredible. I mean, the temples in Bali are something else. It's known as the Island of the Gods. Then it's Lombok, also in Indonesia, but such a different identity to Bali. There's no motor vehicles allowed on Lombok, so it's nature at its finest, and it's got its own flora and fauna species, even though it's just 20 miles away. Very interesting. A couple of days at sea sees us back into Singapore, and you'll disembark and we'll fly you back to Sydney. It's all included.
Fantastic. We'll even transfer you as well from the port to the airport in Singapore just to make things even easier for you. What a fabulous cruise. And I'm glad that you've got some sea days on that itinerary as well, because there is a lot to do on Anthem of the Seas and you don't want to miss a thing. In fact, you need to decide some days, am I going to be a daytime person or am I going to be a nighttime person today? And then you've got to fit the ports in around that. It's brilliant though. That's half the adventure. Right, your deposit on this holiday, just $400 each today to lock in this amazing price tag that we've got for you. Remember, this is for February of next year. And just as an aside, it's 3 days after Valentine's, so it's quite a romantic time of year to actually, get away on a fabulous holiday. But you are cruising with Royal Caribbean as well, so don't be shy in inviting the rest of the family with you as well, because they're all going to have a great time, whether you've got kids with you or whether you've got older members of the family with you. Everyone has a great time. I promise you there is something there for everyone. If you want to upgrade, by the way, to an ocean view or a balcony, here's the price tags for those. And this really is amazing value when you think about what you are doing here. The flight over to Sydney, 2 nights in a hotel in Singapore, which is incredible, and then you've got your 13-night cruise there on Anthem of the Seas, all full board, by the way. So your food, your entertainment, the pools, lots of the facilities on board included as part of the price. There are things like the spa and shopping and specialty dining that you can treat yourself to, but essentially there's so much included once you're on board the ship. You'll have a wonderful time. Call us now, 1300 408 765, which is a toll-free telephone number, remember, as well. So call us right now. Again, if you've got any questions whatsoever about cruising, because the worst thing in the world for us and for so many people out there is once you know cruising and once you get cruising, it makes so much sense.
Yes.
You might have an outdated view in your mind of what a cruise ship is like and, what are the rules and the formalities and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That might stop you from taking a cruise holiday. Ask the question is what I would say.
Yeah, that's so true, Derek, because you might, if you're thinking of cruising of old, it's not about the stiff collar, stiff upper lip, shall we say.
Yeah.
You've got to dress like this
Suit
at this
on.
time. Exactly.
Yeah.
You must eat dinner at this time. I mean, honestly, everywhere's flexible now.
Yeah.
You don't feel the pressure. If you don't want to dress up on formal night, you don't have to. They might have some stipulations in place, like, go up to the buffet, but that's fine because, you might have been on a long excursion. So don't expect there to be that pressure that maybe you associate with cruising. It's a whole new world now,
You don't
and it's
have to
really
live,
opened up.
Yeah, you don't have to live by the clock at all, I promise you. You're just going to have a wonderful time. At the end of the day, it's 2024. It's all about having the holiday the way that you want it.
Yeah.
Right, now with that said, and if you've got any questions, by the way, please do call us. No obligation whatsoever and a toll-free telephone number, so we'll pay for the call. It's the turn now of some more included luxury cruising for our third and final offer in this show.
Brilliant.
As we set sail with Azamara, and I love seeing that name on our screens because it always means that you've got a cruise that includes just so much. It is the ultimate in luxury, but comfortable luxury. Enjoyable, accessible luxury, just having the best of everything around you and enjoying it and loving it. And this time we're going to Bangkok, the Andaman Sea and the subcontinent as well. And we'll explain exactly where that actually means in just a moment. It's 23 nights all told. It's the 31st of March next year this one starts, and we fly first from Sydney over to Thailand, and we've got 3 nights in Bangkok in a hotel for you to enjoy some time there. Now, often Bangkok comes up in the middle of a cruise itinerary,
yes,
rather than being a place that we spend some time in before we cruise. So actually, for me, this is perfect because I think it just looks the most fascinating. There's the things you hear, and then there's the things that we're seeing here on the video, and I think I want to find out for myself.
I love Thailand, and again, so many Australians love and visit Thailand, but it might have been that pit stop for you when you're heading over to Europe. Maybe you haven't immersed yourself in the culture. You need to do it, and this is the way to do it, starting off your adventure. Then it's time to board our beautiful Azamara Onward for more included cruising for 17 fabulous nights. Now, you're actually going to start with an overnight in Bangkok, so that totals 4 nights in Bangkok, which is brilliant because you can actually visit lots of surrounding areas in Thailand, like Chiang Mai. You've got lots of places you can visit from there, and go to an elephant sanctuary, go and get your lovely massages for sure. Then, talking of massages, when you're on board the ship, they have a fully equipped and modern spa, which is wonderful. But let's talk a little bit about what makes Azamara different from anything else we talk about on this channel, and that's the fact you get more included with your Azamara voyage. As standard, you get your beverages included, so your wines, your spirits, your soft drinks, your water, your luxury coffees, your flat whites, your cappuccinos, that kind of thing. It's all included as part of your package. You're going to have laundry included as well as part of your package, or a laundry service option. You have got your transfers in the ports of call included. So if you're docked a little bit out of the main area, they will transfer you for free. What else do we have included?
Well, they also stay in a port for longer, which is a really thing. So you'll have a longer day. Traditionally, cruise ships would arrive early in the morning, but they would leave sort of mid-late afternoon. With Azamara, they'll stay longer in port. So that gives you more time to enjoy and maybe take a couple of excursions in a particular place. Their ships are configured that they could carry so many more passengers than they do, less than 1,000 passengers. And so it feels a little bit more like a private charter and less like a cruise with the masses and the thousands, which is great.
That's perfect way of describing it.
And that really is having the very, very best of everything. And of course, the calibre of the service on board, you can imagine, is completely in step with the luxury you're enjoying every night of your cruise. 17 nights.
17 nights. Tips are included as well.
Of course.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, we are heading to Kuala Lumpur as our first port in beautiful Malaysia for the most amazing Petronas Twin Towers, and the KLCC Park is a way to see lovely overviews too. Maybe visit the ancient Batu Caves, and your excursions team on board will have great suggestions. Then it's Penang, Penang in beautiful Malaysia, must visit spot. We're getting to go there. Stunning colonial streets of Georgetown to visit for culture, street art, street food, some of the best food in the country, in fact. Then it's Phuket, Thailand, where you can actually go and visit an elephant sanctuary. That would be my top excursion pick. These beautiful beings in their natural habitats. I mean, they are amazing elephants. And you have the rubber plantation there too, which is one of the lifebloods of the Thai people. Overnight in Chennai in India, which is pretty incredible. Ancient temples, vibrant arts, natural wonders, a bustling culinary scene. Maybe you're going to go and have a lovely meal in a restaurant while you're there. All of this makes it one of the most popular tourist destinations in South India. Not far from Kalera there as well. Beautiful. Then we have an overnight in fabulous Colombo in Sri Lanka. Again, you can visit the gorgeous elephants there in the elephant orphanage. Head to a tea plantation. Again, we probably all know or are familiar with some of the top teas in the world coming from Sri Lanka, and gemstones as well. You can shop for your sapphires there in particular. Then we have an overnight in Cochin, and this is where you can visit the Kerala backwaters. There's also the interesting to see the Manticheri Palace when you're there. You have a heritage walk of Fort Kochi, which comes highly recommended. And again, speak to the team who might be able to tailor a specific trip for you whilst you're out there. Then it's Mumbai, and we're disembarking in Mumbai, and you've got 2 nights in a hotel to enjoy one of the most vibrant Indian cities on earth. Now, I know you visited, haven't you, Derek, Mumbai?
I have, yeah. I mean, it is awe-inspiring, and it is a real assault on the senses. It is incredible. It's such an adventure. I would arrange some private tours while you're there, because you can kind of be sort of taken left, right and centre in Mumbai. It would be really, really nice to kind of have a plan in place.
Yeah.
You can probably put that in place with your concierge at the hotel that we put you in, and arrange some private tours for you as well. But you will love it. It's certainly an exhilarating way of finishing off this holiday. And then, of course, you will fly back from Mumbai Airport back to Sydney on this one. Now, the whole holiday, I have to tell you, is a real treat. A real treat. And we can put this in place right now and get the booking secured for you for just a $600 each deposit. It is incredible. Again, considering the level of luxury we're talking here, I may well have been talking you up to tens of thousands of dollars in terms of price, but no, look. It's the ultimate in luxury. I mean, this is pretty much the most ultra luxury cruise that we can send you on here at CruiseAway, and yet that price tag really is not reflective of the service and the calibre that you are being offered here as well. But you can upgrade further as well on board. Let's look at the prices for that, because for less than $700 more you could go to Ocean View and you have your balcony price there as well. It is an awesome holiday, have to tell you. Very, very nice. Remember, it's the flight from Sydney to Bangkok. It's 3 nights in a Bangkok hotel there for you before 17 nights of cruising, which of course starts with an extra overnight in Bangkok as well. So technically 4 nights to spend in Bangkok, which is wonderful. And then cruising through Kuala Lumpur, through Malaysia into Phuket in Thailand, on then to an overnight in Chennai in India, an overnight in Colombo in Sri Lanka, the capital there, Cochin as well, another overnight there in India, and then you'll finish the cruise in Mumbai, but you're staying there in incredible Mumbai for 2 nights before you then fly back to Sydney on this one, which, let me tell you, will be 2 of the most interesting days of your life, because Mumbai is, well, it has to be seen. It's one of those things that you will find extraordinary, and you'll be so glad that you actually had the chance to be there. It is one of those countries, I have to say, India, which is you kind of go one way or the other. You're kind of like, wow, that was maybe a little bit much for me, or oh, I love this. There's so much to see. I have to come back.
And I think the perfect way to explore it is on a cruise.
Oh, yeah,
with
perfect.
the safety of being back on board, and you know, it's safe to visit obviously as a tourist if you go to the right places, but you don't have the full-on immersive experience of going there for 2 weeks. You can actually touch the surface and then think, well, actually, I might come back. Maybe I'll come back for another holiday. And at the end, that mini break is a perfect taste of India. So I think this is the ideal way to explore further afield if you're a little bit, shall we say, hesitant to go to places like this because you think, oh, it's such a different world from where I visited before. Do it on a cruise. It really will you know, start to unfold the excitement of these exotic destinations by giving you tastes of some of the best parts of these destinations that you'll have incredible memories from.
Well, you know what they say, we only live once.
Yeah.
Got to make the most of it, haven't we?
Yeah, you have.
Listen, we're here every day, 10 in the morning, 1 and 4 in the afternoon as well. So come back and see us again very soon. Take care.
Catch you later.